Hey everyone, I'm Morgan.
And I'm Paul, and we're MTG North. And today we are talking about drafts, their expected value, and how much fun you can have doing them.
Fun. Yeah, I love drafting personally. Limited is such a fantastic format when it comes to Magic the Gathering. Next to Two-Headed Giant. I mean, that's...
that's coming up.
We'll talk on that later. All right.
So we each chose one more expensive premium type product, and then 3 of your standard draft boosters, or mostly standard, you'll see. This is designed, if you're thinking about sitting down with your buddies, 8 of you, and drafting on a Friday or Saturday night and having some beers.
Yeah. Just grab yourself a booster box, and you obviously want it when you're picking your booster box set. You want to pick a set that not only you're going to have fun drafting, because let's be honest, some sets are not too fun to draft at all. Some sets kind of are not good at draft. But you also want to get some decent stuff, some decent pulls, maybe hit something big, yeah?
So with that in mind, we've made our decision based on expected value and fun. So we'll start with Morgan's first pick. For his premium pick, it was...
Modern Horizons 2 is a big set. I thought it was such a fun set. There was just a lot to it. And fetch lands. Who doesn't want to draft fetch lands, you know? That's value right there. And also in the draft booster boxes, you did have a chance to get your full art variant of the cards, which I thought was neat too. Because some of the draft boxes you can't get that. You have to buy your special variant. So that was a fun one for me to sit down and draft.
So your expected value right now in MTG stocks for Modern Horizons 2, the market price is looking at about $210 US. And you can still pick up a box for about $205.
Which is not a bad price.
So, I mean, those numbers are both really close. And divide that between 8 of you, it's a good deal.
Yep. And you have 36 packs. And at draft boosters, you got some prize support left over. Because some of these boxes, you don't have anything to play around for the prizes at the end. Because there is only 24 packs in a box, right?
I'm glad you brought that up, Morgan, because my choice was Double Masters. And it's gone up. It's pretty expensive now. You're going to be looking at about $515 US for a box. It has gone up.
So over 600 Canadian.
If you look at the expected values again on MTG stocks, it's the highest master set by far on market expected value.
It's the last released master set, which is insane.
Yeah. And the best part, getting back to that bonus idea you had, is you can all play for the box topper.
Yes, Double Masters did have 2 box toppers, so that'll be awesome as a prize to play with as well. Because, you want to have something to play for. That makes the draft fun. Right, Paul?
Yeah, it keeps it serious enough. I mean, with your buddies, right? You want to have fun.
Yep.
But at least there's that reward at the end. And there's 2 in Double Masters, right? 2 toppers. So you can either do first place gets their pick or first place gets both.
Yep.
Or however you want to do it.
Yep.
All right, moving into the cheaper stuff. This was the more economical choices. Although it's not economical as it used to be.
It's not, but...
There's a reason it's on the list.
It's Battle Bond.
Fantastic set.
Great. Just the format of the set, which is Two-Headed Giant. That's Paul and my favorite. Next to Limited. Two-Headed Giant Limited.
Pretty well is the best. Yeah.
Two-Headed Giant is fantastic.
I mean, you're watching a channel with 2 guys talking about Magic cards. They like a Two-Headed Giant format.
That's right. We like to play together. It's fun, man. We know. It's just like that time in New York with the board sweeper. Doubled 2 times in a row. Those French guys were so mad.
Anyways, expected value, MTG stocks has it right now at 280 market value, and you can get them for about 293 US.
And it had some fantastic reprints, Battle Bond. You had Land Tax, Michael Synthladis.
Doubling season.
Which is the big guy in the set now.
There's good rares throughout the set too, right?
And don't forget, that was your first Commander land cycle, right? Yep. Luxury Suite and all of those lands. They had a fantastic land cycle too, which also makes the set expected value obviously better if it has a good land cycle.
Yep, and like you said, it's a different format.
Yes.
It really helps the fun out. You can still do it with 8 people. You just do 4 teams of 2.
Yep.
And then you play best of 1 because the games are longer.
Which we've done.
Definitely try it out if you haven't before.
Yeah. Definitely a recommend. Definitely a thumb up. Paul, what was your economical choice?
All right, my first choice is, boom, Throne of Eldraine. It's still cheap. It's still regular booster box prices. And it was a lot of fun, man. It was the first set with showcases.
Is the birthplace of Fabled Passage.
The birthplace of Fabled Passage and Brazen Borrower, which keeps getting reprinted.
Brazen Borrower is in a secret layer.
But still got the Great Henge. I mean, Great Henge foil.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous price. I wasn't getting it low, but hey, it's there.
The set has a lot of great things in it.
The booster box have gone up a bit, 120, but I mean, split that again between 8 people.
I mean, that's really
for a straight up normal draft on a Saturday night. It was great value.
That's not bad at all.
And the set's fun.
Yeah.
Medieval fairy tale Gilded Goose.
Oh man, yeah, the showcase framing in that set was fantastic.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, your next pick, I think, is a bit better than Throne, though. It's just a little harder to find. It's starting to get hard to find. It's not terrible yet, but...
My next pick was Commander Legends.
Surprisingly, draft boxes are still around.
I believe
the collector boxes, right?
Yo, the Legends collector boxes are print one and done. All the collector boxes are.
Right.
I believe that the draft boxes were print to demand until it's cut off supply, yeah?
I think so. On that product, it was, yeah.
Yeah. If you look at some sold listings on eBay there's guys that have had sold over 2,000 boxes, so... Okay, so why Commander Legends made the list for me was, again, going back to the Battle Bond conversation, it's a different format. It was the only thing you can pick up and draft that was designed to draft and play a Commander game with. Not a super huge lover of Commander. The format's okay. I don't play it very much. But just picking that up and drafting and playing Commander was fantastic. I thought that was great. Different, right?
Different format. It worked. We've played it. We've done it. We
multiple times.
Yeah.
We've played it multiple times. Yeah, we love it.
And you can play for a Jewel Lotus, right?
Oh.
Like, there's good cards still in Commander
Mana
Legends,
Drain,
right?
Vampiric Tutor.
There's where your value comes from. They're easy to sell. Right?
Disappointment Scroll Rack. Yeah.
You can make value while you're having fun.
And the etch foils, that was the first... and I did like the etching on the foils in Commander Legends. They look good.
So I'm going with Ravnica Allegiance, and there's a couple reasons why. It's still dirt cheap, but the expected value has been slowly going up. The expected value of Allegiance is now higher than Guilds of Ravnica, which is kind of weird. If you're looking at MTG stocks, it's $124 versus $108 per box.
I think it'll be whichever one has the best Shockland cycle will be the higher one, right? Because obviously one of the... it's like the allied fetch lands and enemy fetch lands. Obviously one of them is always higher than the other, right?
Yeah.
So it'll be whatever Shocklands are being used the most.
Yeah, and I know the Simic one is definitely an Allegiance.
Breeding Pool.
Yeah. Because of Krasis. Remember Krasis days?
Oh, man. What a fantastic jellyfish Hydra.
Anyways, you can still get these boxes stupid cheap. I know here in Canada, Face to Face just ended a sale where they had 1,100 boxes over the last 2 or 3 months. They were $100 Canadian a box, which is pretty much $70 US, right around there. And they finally sold out in the last day or two. So, I mean, and you got that expected value there. You got good, Shocklands.
Yep.
There's nothing too fancy, but it's cheap. It's cheap as you can get. And for our last choice, we both came to the same agreement with separate lists. We made them up ahead of time, and
not together. We were not together. I picked 3 sets, and he picked 3 sets, and we got together. And oddly enough,
so oddly, the set was
both
fantastic.
our number 1 choice.
Yeah,
right here.
Play it while you can, get it while you can, man. That set was awesome to draft.
Yes.
Planeswalkers in every pack. And when we draft it, we play a little variant on it. I don't remember what it was called officially by Wizards, but basically you treat Planeswalkers all as colorless.
You can spend any mana to cast any Planeswalker.
So when you're drafting, only when you're drafting.
Yeah, only drafting.
Makes things so much smoother, and the decks are powerful and fun to play because there's so much going on.
And then you get to play the Planeswalkers that you drafted. I mean, it's super neat. Super great set.
And a good variant on draft, right? And I mean, there's just so many fun cards in the set.
Yep, and War of the Spark was the last set before they started doing everything with collector boosters and set boosters, and
because of that, it's slowly going up, right? And it was a great set.
Great set. Has Liliana, Dreadhorde General. What else? There was a lot of great Planeswalkers in that set.
Oh yeah, there's all of them.
And it had, and if you got it had the Japanese ones too. So if you guys feel like spending a couple extra bucks, go ahead and get yourself a Japanese box of War of the Spark. It's not too hard to Google Translate all the cards, because you had a chance of getting the alternate art Planeswalkers done up by the Japanese artists.
Yeah, they're going up.
Oh, the Liliana. Oh, what a fan.
It started ridiculous, and it just keeps elevating past ridiculousness.
You know what? Just take yourself a second and look up a pre-release version of Liliana foil from War of the Spark in Japanese, alternate art.
Yeah.
You'll be surprised.
Yeah, the market on MTG stocks expected value on that's now $131, and I mean you can still get them for around $159 on TCG Player, so it's Pretty close.
And a super fun set to draft.
Good memories.
Yep.
So make some of your own before you can't with that set anymore. Because Dominaria was close to being on my list as an honorable mention, but now the expected value versus the cost of the box, it's just too different.
Yes.
It's not worth cracking really anymore.
No.
Can't get good return.
Soon enough, War of the Spark will be that way too. Its box price can only stay this low for so long.
So just a quick recap. The more expensive sets, Morgan's choosing Modern Horizons 2. I'm
MH2.
choosing Double Masters, although I will also say a box of Double Masters now costs as much as Avacyn Restored. Ooh. So if you're an investor, might want to double check those prices.
And the release dates on those products are very different.
I went with the cheap route. I went with Throne. I'd love to draft again. Ravnica Allegiance would be pretty fun too, as well as getting some return on your value. Morgan went with Battle Bond, which is a fantastic way to draft.
Two-headed giant.
Play two-headed giant.
And Commander Legends.
Commander Legends, draft and play as commander in pods of 4. Fantastic. And then we both agree, man, War of the Spark, play it while you can.
Yep.
Still with value, get a Japanese box if you can. It's even better.
Yes.
All right, thanks, guys. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We got lots more box openings coming up. Innistrad spoilers very soon.
And some more discussions for you guys.
We got more vintage cards on the way. We're going to start doing some mail days, talk about why we bought those cards. It's all coming up. Hit the sub button. Hit the like button.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.